Staying in the virtual world of e-commerce, my next guest heads up a conglomerate of 6 niche websites, each designed to service a specific segment of consumers. The company is called ePunk Inc., and joining me all the way from California, here in New York now, is CEO Jesse Gonzales. Jesse, thanks for joining us here on New to the Street.
Thanks for having me, Ken. I appreciate it.
First of all, you've heard the phrase, there's everything in a name.
That's right.
So before we get started, tell me about the name ePunk, how it came to fruition, and the logo.
Absolutely. Yeah, it actually goes back to the inception of the internet, of all things. Well, internet, more so World Wide Web. Tooling around on the bulletin boards, moving on to the e-commerce sector. CountyImports.com was built in 2004. That was about 2,585 days to be exact since the inception of the World Wide Web. As we have gone through the years, things have come full circle. Now BidPunk, or ePunk Inc., for that matter, have come into play within the company. And that's the granddaddy, quote, company within this platform. ePunk Inc. Houses about 6, actually now 7 companies under one roof.
Let's go through all of them briefly. The first one I have up here is bidpunks.com.
Yeah, that's one of our current babies or favorites. Currently it's in the beta testing phase. If you go to bidpunk.com, it will guide you at the bottom of the site. There's a link, BidPunks, where you can actually tool around with the website, have some fun, no obligation, get yourself familiar with what we're going to be doing. That's the penny auction format. There's a whole bunch of information we can get into later if you'd like, but moving from BidPunk down to CountyImports.com, that's the long-standing self-financing business website that we've always had. It's
I'm looking at it now.
Are you really? It's traditional, it's mainstream, it's embedded within the search engines. That's what really keeps the lights on and keeps our dreams and projects moving forward amongst the rest.
And CountyImport.com
Right.
has what type of products for consumers if they're interested?
Yeah, it actually carries anything motorsports related, whether it be gas-powered scooters, ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bikes, gas bikes, you name it. If it has wheels, we've got it, and we can fulfill anywhere within the United States, actually even up to Alaska, Hawaii, as far southeast as the Florida Keys.
Now, staying on the subject of CountyImport.com, I myself, back in 07, 08, when gas prices peaked at almost between $4.50 and $5 a gallon, I was considering getting an electric scooter. And I live in New York City, and in New York City, if you want a scooter, it has to have a VIN number, a vehicle identification number. But a lot of these bikes that are made in China, they don't have VIN numbers.
Right, there is a lot.
But you solved that problem.
That's right. There's, you know, it's attention to detail. Within a company, a lot of individuals try and, you know, they're more focused on arriving, getting the product, getting out on the street, start making money, but they don't really think about the logistics, the back end of the company. All of our products, all of our vehicles that we sell, that we support, you know, the entire nation, they're all EPA, DOT, CARB approved, and they all come with an official VIN, 17-digit VIN number stamped on the vehicle, not just tape, but actually engraved within the frame of the engine.
Now, how are you guys able to get VIN numbers on the product when other places, they just don't have it?
You know what? It's actually real simple. We do what the United States asks us to do. We follow the rules. They want things to have a certain burn rate, miles per gallon. They want VIN numbers in the correct areas. Conforming, you have to treat motorsports as if it's a vehicle, because it is. And so in order to do that, you also have to be a licensed distributor and a licensed dealer.
So you follow the rules, the consumer gets a better product at a better price, you make money, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, that's right.
So moving on here, we have CountyImportParts.com.
Right. County Import Parts, what it does is it supports CountyImports.com. One thing that I've noticed over the years, and I'm sure anybody can agree, you know, with the influx of all these new products coming in, sure, there's a catalog, sure, there's a user's manual. Uh-oh, tech tips. How do I order a part? Where do you go? The back of your catalog, and there's a list of parts for days with just generic black and white numbers. What we've done...
Often without a picture.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the first problem that people that aren't exactly aware or familiar with the environment or the industry that they're in, they don't understand if they're not mechanically inclined. So what we've done is we've created a website that's actually three-dimensional. You can go to CountyImportParts.com with the part in your hand, go to the website, pull up your particular item. We make it simple with a picture of the bike, then we break it down, electrical, engine, aesthetics. So you can go down from there, and it breaks it down, and there's pictures, and you find the carburetor you have with the carburetor picture, and make sure you got the right part, and that's it.
So a lot of times when people want to buy a product like a scooter or another electronic device, if there's a fear that they can't get a part or service on that product, they just won't buy it.
Exactly.
And you've simplified that process.
Why not? You know, we're here to, first is serving the customer. So, you know, companies say sales and service. We're actually service and sales. So if we can get them to understand that we're here to support them, down the road, 3, 4 years, they're continuously coming back and visiting us again and again, buying their parts and buying more product. We take over neighborhoods is kind of what happens.
So it's the essence of keeping repeat customers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So coming along here, the next site I see is Viper Sport USA.
Viper Sport USA is actually pretty exciting. That's been in the works since 2003. I used to work for a company. I was in the Navy, got out of the Navy, and while I was waiting to get hired for the government doing air traffic control, got myself a job working for a distributor, learned the tricks of the trade when it comes to the dealer networking. And so, to simplify it, we set up dealers nationwide, supply them with the bikes, and give them the same service that we give end users.
So coming soon, the last website I see here is pchrides.com. What does that stand for? What is it about?
PCH Rides, short and sweet, Pacific Coast House of Rides. That's the flagship location where everything that we run operates out of.
Jesse, what is the benefits to ePunk's multiple e-commerce websites?
By having multiple websites, it's multiple databases that we can use within one another to generate leads and sales on other websites that we operate. So within the years that we've been doing this, going back 2004, we've acquired a database or a lead base so deep that really it's difficult to even compete. So once we get off the ground with these with the dealer acquisition site, they feed off each other.
Now, Jesse, I understand you're going to be making a return trip to our New York studios here on New to the Street to talk about bidpunk.com.
That's right. In the near future, I'll be coming back to share the platform of how bidpunk operates, and it's almost an entire show within itself. And I'm excited to share it and give everybody the ins and outs from both the consumer side and the operating side.
He is Jesse Gonzales, CEO of ePunk Inc. For more information, you can just visit epunkinc.com. We'll be right back.